guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make sandwich bread, some white sandwich bread in the Pullman pan at home. And it's going to look, I was about to say it's going to taste like store-bought, but no, it's going to be so much better than the store-bought. But it's going to be sandwich size, and I'm going to show you how to make this today. I first want to give credit to Heather from the Needy Homesteader. Everything I know about bread making this way, I learned from her. So I am using the recipe that I got from her. I will link that in the description. I'll put my entire recipe in there so you don't have to take notes or anything while you're watching. You can just sit back and enjoy. So the bread we're going to be making today is white sandwich bread. This can be done with a lot of different recipes, but this recipe I found works the best for me. As usual, I'm going to be making this bread, the mixing portion in my bread maker. I have a KitchenAid mixer, a stand mixer, but it is not great for bread making, whereas my bread machine does a beautiful job of kneading and getting it to the perfect consistency. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, let's make some bread. This is a very basic recipe, not too many ingredients and quite simple ingredients. I tend to use the fast rise yeast, but a lot of times when I put it in the warm water, I still let it sit for about 5 minutes. I don't know why, I just feel the need to do that. But this just add a little bit of sugar and salt and flour and butter and milk powder. I have a lot of recipes that use this as a base with some variations, and I have one coming up at Christmas, and I'm so excited to do that one for you. Now, you may have noticed I'm using my bread machine and not a KitchenAid mixer. I do have a KitchenAid stand mixer. I just have the basic one, and I found that it works great for frostings and muffins and cookies and all of those baking type recipes, but I found that when it comes to kneading bread, not the best. So I use my bread maker just for the kneading portion of this recipe. This recipe will work with regular all-purpose flour, but I prefer using bread flour, and I think it makes all the difference in the world. You get a softer, better crumb, in my opinion, than with regular all-purpose flour, and that is just my opinion. But after I've been doing this for a while, I can say that bread flour definitely works better for me. Also, I know the bread machine is going to do all this work for me, but I just feel the need to help the bread machine a little bit. So I just mix the liquid and the flour together before I stick it in the bread maker. That's just me. After the bread machine finishes kneading it, I'm taking it out of the pan here, and I'm going to knead it for a few more minutes. I just like to use my clean countertop. I am throwing down a little bit of flour to make it a little bit easier, and I kneaded this for probably about 2 or 3 minutes just to get it in that perfect little ball. Now that I have this perfect little ball, I'm going to take some of this avocado oil spray from Aldi, spray my bowl with it, and put the ball in there, swirl it around, and get it ready to rest. And I like to cover it with either a kitchen towel or this great little cover. I'm going to see if I can link it below. If it's down there, that means I could find it. It is perfect for letting my bread rise. And I just put it on my glass top, on my stove top. I don't put it on a burner or anything, but I'm going to set my timer for an hour and let it rest. This recipe is for sandwich bread in the Pullman pan. The Pullman pan is fantastic. I love to use it every time I bake bread. Sometimes I use it with the lid on, sometimes I use it with the lid off. It really doesn't matter which one you choose to do, but if you put the lid on, then it will look more square like sandwich bread. And I went ahead and buttered that Pullman pan, and now, oh my goodness, is that not the most satisfying thing to punch your dough? Oh, it just feels so good. And now I'm gonna knead this for another couple of minutes. I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory, but I've got my rolling pin out. I'm just gonna roll it to about the width of the Pullman pan and then roll it up and put it in the pan. A very important part of this is popping all of these air bubbles. I was doing my best. I probably didn't get them all, but yeah, I just roll it out to about the width of the Pullman pan so that I can roll it up in a nice little roll and put it inside the pan. Don't forget to pinch up that opening. Now I've put the roll of dough in the Pullman pan. I'm squishing it down the best I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm gonna throw this lid on, and in the same place where I let my dough rest before, I'm gonna put it on the stovetop again and let that rise for 30 more minutes. This is when I go ahead and preheat my oven, and this kind of warms up the stove a little bit because the oven that I use is right below where it sits, and so that definitely helps with the rise. And there we have it. It is ready to go in the oven. Like I said, if you leave the lid on when you bake, it will be a little bit more dense, but that's okay. You could try it both ways. Both ways turn out great. And I'm just gonna set my timer and let it bake. And now for the big reveal. I usually let this sit for about 5 minutes before I take it out of the pan, and it just slides out so easily. And look at it, all finished. It's just golden brown in some places. And this is essential. I mean, I can't imagine not doing this. I butter all sides several times, even the bottom. Butter the entire thing. It makes all the difference in the world when it's still warm. Ugh, y'all, it's so good. I wish you could smell it. Smell-o-vision. 2021, why do we not have smell-o-vision? Oh, come on. How perfect is that? Ugh, it's just so beautiful. After I made this video, I just lopped off a piece of this and put some butter on it. Absolute perfection. So, I hope you enjoyed this video today. Look at this beautiful golden brown bread. It's still warm. I'm gonna take one of my slices, and I'm not even gonna toast it. I'm just gonna put some butter on it. That'll be my dessert for my dinner. It's so good. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you have any fun little things, little tweaks that you would make to this recipe, things you would add to make it more delicious in whatever way, please leave that in the comment section. If you're new here, be sure to click that red subscribe button. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Also, I have a fun variation of this bread coming sometime next month. It's a version of this bread that I've made I don't know how many dozens of times, and it is so good. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.